Okay, so back to playing some team fight tactics, hoping I can get much more closer to platinum. I've been playing a little bit, so I have ranked up a little bit more since I think I was gold 4 last time. Now I am gold 2 with 28 LP. Um, so just hoping to rank up at least to gold 1. We'll see what happens. The goal is not to lose any LP. Uh, if I just gain a little bit, that's okay. I feel like it's still really loud. We'll find out. It's hard trying to find good a good volume for the game while recording. Because to me it sounds super loud, but I'm not quite sure how it will be on the playback. So I went ahead and turned it down because I'd rather it be pretty low than blowing out my ears or your guys's. So right now I've been playing, depending on what I get in the first round, I've either been going Chrono or Vanguard with like snipers in the back. Yeah, I'm going to try to go for Chrono this time since, there we go, got her. The only thing I hate about using snipers is, of course, Blitzcrank can really kind of mess up your strategy depending on where he places and where you place on the field. Hmm. Usually when I see 2 of anything in the first few rounds, I go ahead and pick it up just to have maybe try to get a 2 tier early on just to use for a while, even if I plan to sell it off. What I'd like to do is get another blade for her and make the oh, I can't remember what it's called. this is what usually kills me, and like why I usually get beat. Like people get so much better items than I get half the time, and it's like I don't know. I guess the RNG is not with me. If you guys are below gold rank, I highly suggest. I don't know if the meta's changed, but as high as I got up, it kind of no longer become a valid strategy. But for a while there, I was just going full on Blade Masters, and it was working quite well. The extra attacks um, were very much worth it, and it was triggering more than it wasn't triggering, so it paid off. And I noticed some other people were doing it too, but as I got into gold, I realized it kind of lost its effect. The problem was too many people were rocking Vanguard, and the physical I wasn't able to put out as much physical damage as they were able to take. So it came to the point where I realized you kind of have to have some magic damage in there somewhere, which is why usually people will like put Vel'Koz or Vel'Koz, however you want to say it, I don't know, in the back, and have some tanks up front and just kind of slay your team with a nice ultimate from him. I am not doing great this game. I'm in last place. That's okay. I'll change. I probably won't get last place by the end of it, but we'll see. And I'm gonna go for this guy. One thing I wish they would add to this is when you hover over these, I wish you could continue to hover over to the box and hover over the characters so you can see, because sometimes I forget what, like, especially if I happen to get like a build, or like too many other people are taking up other characters, it's like, well, maybe I'll have to like sell out and try another build. And like sometimes I don't remember looking at, because some of the squares are kind of dark and hard to tell who they are. So I'd love it if you could just hover over them and tell who they are. I actually didn't mean to have two Kassadins in there this time, but timer kind of ran out on me. And the reason I'm holding on to Kassadin is, even though it's not that great of a champ really, if you at least get it to level 2 or gold, the mana reaving abilities alone sometimes can save you, especially if you're rocking Darius. And so you see, who are these? I can't remember who the other mana reavers are off the top of my head. but it's especially since a lot of people are rocking kind of like a full back of magic characters. It makes it really nice, um, especially if you can get Infiltrator on one of the Mana Reavers to get back there and just kind of prevent them from being able to pull off all of their ultimates. Especially like Misfortune, Vel'Koz, Echo. Um, if you can prevent them from pulling off their ultimates later on, especially if you can take them down before that too, it will definitely help out your team composition. And see what I'm doing with the way I've placed my characters right now. Um, I've basically, most people put their Blitzcrank on this up here where my mouse is side and usually pulls your sniper. Typically, I don't get them pulled too often from here, but I'm trying to control the flow of battle by getting their guys up here on my left side distracted by Blitzcrank, plus the pull helps as well. And then you've got Ezreal's kind of like a guard for these, for Jhin and Caitlyn. I don't know why I can't remember their names today, but kind of like a blocker. So like really, he would work any of these positions, but I just kind of put it a little bit in the middle because you don't want him too far from these guys because he needs to support, and if you put them over here, it might pull them. So it's best to try to get that, like, see right here. I mean, she's over here a little bit, but the focus was over here in this area of the map, and even though one character came over here, I was still, the two of them were able to take the character out quite easily. The only time when this is kind of not effective is if they have like a Vi. It seems to almost every time happen to me. A Vi will come out of the mayhem ensuing over here and hit, and usually she can make quick work of one of them, and which is unfortunate because then taking down the other one is probably pretty easy for her after that point. And the hardest thing for me about playing this game is definitely the saving gold. I'm really bad at, like, I get impatient. It's the same reason I'm no good at chess. I'll play and just I get impatient. So I have to control myself sometimes. But I make good strategy with what I can manage to save. And see again, I've got, their guys pulled over here. These two are pretty much protected, and they can make quick work of a lot of the enemies from a distance and get hits in, like that last one, that Shen, before Shen can even get to them. And there are counters around this strategy, like if they've got a blitz up here to pull one of them, instantly dividing my snipers up. That'll do it. If they have their guys positioned enough, spread out, it doesn't always work. Like the field, they won't always move just to my left area. And I just missed the opportunity to get that, but oh well, I'll just grab it, Ezreal. But it definitely it takes. I definitely suggest if you haven't played this or if you're still trying to rank up, take your time and play with non-ranked to figure it out. Some strategies, and especially the placement on the map does matter. I've been in many scenarios where, um, I'm in first place or second place, and I've already lost to the other person, and we're like the only two left or so, and we have enough um, health points left to battle multiple times. And I've seen, either way, the battle be changed by just simply, changing the placement. Um, so it is definitely um, a point of interest to learn good map placement and how your formation will change the flow. Like, this character right here, I mean, they don't have a bad formation. They've got it set up to where, they've got their two tanks in front, and then, like I've talked about earlier, the whole mage sit in the back line with the mage and just kind of taking out your field. But they lost, I think, mainly because they're, I think my team comp was a little bit stronger. Though, some of theirs would be, I can't remember if they even had enough. Some of it has to do with whether the champions were, what tier they were on their end. And I'll collect an extra for Blitz to try to go gold, but honestly, I've gotten gold Blitz multiple times, and I really don't see much of a difference in his capability or power. I mean, I've even had full items on him, and like his pull is what he's good for. And I mean, I've seen people win with just a bronze, just a one tier one. So I mean, it's really just a strategy of pulling. Oh my god! It's really just a strategy of what Blitzcrank can do to the battlefield and the flow by making a pull on a character. And he's really good with team him up with the rebels, and that works out pretty good because he's a brawler. He'll get the bonus with Malphite. So they'll get a health bonus, and then it's just a good. I mean, really, he works with almost every team comp. So I mean, it doesn't really hurt to have him in there. The only thing I probably wouldn't use him for would be for mages, but I mean, if your mages are one side of the map and he's on the other, to try to pull away the flow away from him, I could see how that would work, but I wouldn't do it. And I really don't hold on to my items. I know a lot of people do because they want to make the best out of it, but my thought is, without using them, I'm just going to possibly cause myself to lose with a little bit of advantage. And my thing is, the more win streak I have, the more gold I'll get, the more reroll chances I'll be able to afford, and the better team comp I can build. And I'm actually doing pretty good saving gold this time. 30 is kind of a lot of gold for me. So I will continue to try to save and use it wisely. Though, as you can see, I'm still buying right now. I think I'll stop there. Buy some experience. And see, I went from last to first, so obviously I know what I'm doing a little bit. May not win, but my point of, well, I may not get first, but the point of my goal is to get fourth or higher. And that's all that really matters, because you rank up then. And this thing, I have never gotten the whole mech pilot strategy to work for me. Um, I know it does work. I understand it. It just either whenever I'm trying to build it, too many other people are trying to build it, so they're taking the characters I need, or I just don't get the items I need to really effectively use um, the the mech. And a lot of people who use Chrono um, will not use, and then I'm going to sell those because my strategy is starting to come into play. A lot of people use Chrono, won't use Twisted Fate, and it's not like Twisted Fate's a bad choice to go with. It's just um, I find with Chrono, you kind of want to move and level quicker because a lot of the champions are up higher. And with that being said, Fate's, I mean, he's not amazing, but he's not terrible, but he's just not as effective. And if you just hold out for Wukong or Thresh, you can replace him. So you don't necessarily even need him. And I really want that Warmogs, and nope. Ugh, I want the fist, and that's gone too. Man, there's nothing good left. I guess I'll take the infiltrator. I don't even know who I'll make an infiltrator. I just knew there's a better item than that for right now. Sometimes I'll just take. I won't even care about the item. I'll just take whoever's worth more to sell, because at least the gold is going to give you advantage. Mm. If I was going to make one of these, I'll go ahead and give it to Lucian because he moves around enough already. So him being the backline isn't necessarily going to be a bad thing, but we'll see how it plays out. Because he should be able to maneuver himself. Oh, that's right. What is it? Does it take two or just? I don't know. I thought he would have jumped to the back line. Yeah. At the start of combat, infiltrators move to the enemy's back line. I wonder if it's because there was no room. I don't know. Can't explain that one. Let me see. Chrono. Let's go with the blaster. Blasters are really good. If you can get that fourth blaster in there plus Chrono, I mean you're dishing out a lot of basic attacks. This thing, Kale. Oof. Kale's nasty when built right. Go down to 30. 'Cause I feel like I'm not going to be able to get anyone gold right now for a while, and it'd be better for me strategically to level up and just have a numbers advantage over a quality advantage. I'd like to get my Shen at Warmogs, so I'm going to try for that. Let me see. I'm going to hold on to that Nico's help for a while, because that might be what I need to get a gold. I think I'm gonna sell Wukong and try to get a silver character for Lux. No, yeah, Lux. Not Lux, Jinx. Ugh. Ooh. And see, that's what someone in the back with magic can really do. I mean, Syndra is exactly the reason I lost that match. So I'll have to try to plan accordingly for that. I haven't really picked up any missions. I really don't want to use my Nico to get a gold blitz, but I might just go ahead and do it. So most people are kind of putting their main person in the middle. So what I'm going to do is try to pull them with my blitz now. Let's see how that works. That did not work in my favor. I'll have to readjust my map. What I'd like is that Jinx, but oh, maybe, just maybe. Oh yeah, I get it. That'll help. I might be able to pull off a gold Jinx. That'd be nice. I already know I'm probably not gonna pull off first place in this one. Probably not even second. I'll probably get third or fourth. There we go. Right now, I'm trying to split up their formations, cause a little bit of chaos. It's about the best I can do right now with the people who are left who are winning. And that's 3 golds. I find the best strategy, and it doesn't always turn out well, is if you want to get a lot of golds, stay level 5 for a while and do a lot of rerolls. And gives you a lot of access to first the level 1, level 2, and level 3, and sometimes the occasional level 4 will pop. But most likely your golds are going to be blue, green, or gray. So, it's best not to bank on a gold, purple, or orange, or whatever color you want to call that. I mean, you should always shoot for it and try, but it's very unlikely. And after a while, you sometimes just gotta sell off certain characters because you're just not seeing them. And like, if you see them again, I mean, you could start to pick them up, but you know. There we go. That's what I've been looking for. Now I got 4 blasters. Man, I would laugh if I got a gold gen right now. I've never even... No, I've seen a gold gen, but I've never had one personally myself. I can only imagine the type of damage that would do. Of course, my misfortune dies before she can do anything. Though I suppose I should put more characters around her if I really want to use her. And now we're at that point where next game I might be the end for my play, so I'll buy and sell whatever I can to try to pull out more higher tier characters, like trying to get that gold gen, but as we can see, it didn't happen. I might actually beat this comp. Ooh. No. Maybe. Nope. It's close though. But hey, it didn't knock me out because it was so close. Ooh. One more. Nope. If I survive for the next round, maybe. Let's see. Oh, so I get another chance to face this guy. Let's see what happens this time. Oh no, that was not my favorite at all. Yep. But like I said and kind of predicted, I got 3rd place. And that's kind of what you really want to aim for, is just getting a good placement. You don't have to strive for that first place. To get to that first place, it's really just luck. I mean, you still have to be able to learn how to play the game or know how to play the game a little bit, but getting the right item drops, getting the right champions for I don't know why my screen's all there. It goes. Getting the right champions for rerolls and stuff. And like you see, like 8th place here. Gold champions are not always gonna get you the win. Item drops are needed. Good comps are needed. Like this guy too. He was a level above everyone else and still got 5th. So I'd say composition and item drops are probably the most important thing in this. Then field placement, but those are just my opinions. And then of course a little bit of luck. But this is me still trying to rank up to platinum. So I'll go ahead and post this video, and I'll tell you guys tell me what you guys think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you think you have a better strategy, or if you think I'm playing the wrong team comp. I hope everyone's staying safe. God bless.